There we go.
It is the Grown Man Gang podcast. I am your boy. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't your boy.
I ain't your boy. I'm your man. I'm your man.
I'm your man, Rod. And this is my co-host and also the man. Right? It's the Big Mike.
What's up, y'all? We back in there. We never left because we never left. So
yeah, man. Yeah, we back for another episode, and as always, excited for the opportunity to sit down and get Mike in one room, right? Because he'd be moving and shaking, and he just got baptized into the travel sports world. So
we can talk about it.
So so his weekends are no longer his weekends. He thought he was gonna sleep in. Never.
It's a cold game, man.
Never again.
It's a cold game.
And never again. And it only gets worse.
Dang.
It only gets worse.
I mean, I'm a forfeit father. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, that's one way to look at it. That's a positive mindset, right?
Boom.
Going there with positivity. And I appreciate that, right? That sounds like that new dad, that new dad swag. Just let some Sundays and yeah, let them get in there. Let them sink in there.
You know what? The beauty about this. All right, so what we were talking about is basically my daughter's in volleyball. She just started club. Rod's daughters have been doing club softball for like a couple years now.
Yeah. Just my oldest.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I've been able to slide through, she was doing volleyball, but it wasn't club. So now I got a little baby doing club. She's been trying to get in for a minute, They hit you in your pockets for club, man.
Yeah.
They hit you in the beginning, in the middle, and the end.
Yeah.
I paid $20 to park at a regular old spot to watch my daughter play volleyball.
Yeah. That's the crazy part is I got to pay to watch somebody play that I paid to, like I paid for you to play.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got to come to a tournament, the tournament that I paid for you to play at, and I got to pay to get in.
Yep.
To see you play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cold game. And you know what? It's got to be a multi-million-dollar business. Like the tournament idea, like if you get a tournament company, you got to be making a killing. Because not only are you charging for the teams to be in the tournament, you're charging people to get in, you're charging for food. In your situation, they're charging for parking. Like they're making money. It's like a club promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they making money hand over fist. And on top of that, like just the sport in general, like if you aren't a travel parent yet, or you someday will be, or just, just involved in it in general, you have all the normal stuff that you were going to pay for, right? Like all the normal things you knew you were going to pay for, like equipment, shoes, clothes, right? Little Gatorade here or there, water bottle, you know what I mean? You knew you was going to pay for that.
Slices of oranges, for the team.
What you didn't know is that you need that stuff, but then you also need the team issued versions of that. Because you can't just wear your regular, I got this from Ross, Nike Dry Fit. You got to wear the team one. You got to wear the team shorts. You got to wear the team shoes. And then softball, you got to have the team turfs and the team cleats.
Dang.
You got 3 uniforms. You got a glove. My daughter plays multiple positions, so you got an infield glove and an outfield glove. You got a bat, multiple bats at this point, different versions of bats, visors and wristbands. And
let me tell you the cold game in volleyball. I feel like I need to change my voice and so nobody can see my face. The crazy part in volleyball is basically not only when you got to pay for the tournaments to get in and to park. Mm-hmm. The team that your daughter's on or your son's on has to ref at least 1 or 2 games in the tournament. So they're not reffing the whole game, right? So they have a designated ref that'll, ref games. That's, professional. Mm-hmm. Then your daughter's coach or son's coach has to ref one game. And while they're reffing that game, the girls have to be on each corner of the volleyball court. So if the ball goes out, they can call it out. If it goes in, they call it in. So every team has to ref a game, including the coach. So there's 2 refs, the main ref and then the coach ref, and then the 4 girls, each 4 corners. So you can have 3 games. Volleyball, you do 3 games every tournament, but you may have to ref 2 games. So instead of getting home, you know what I'm saying, an hour and a half earlier, you going to get home an hour and a half later because you got to ref 2 games. For free.
So on top of the 3 games that you're playing in, you're reffing additional games?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That saves on ref fees, I'm assuming. But that's crazy. But I mean, this is the coach in me talking, right? It gives them the opportunity to see the game from a different lens, right? They get to be involved for another 2 games. They get to learn the rules.
Mm-hmm. Oh, snap. I was making sure my wallet was still in my pocket because he's talking real slick right now. But all right, I'm cool. I still got it.
They get to learn the rules. You know what I mean? Like they're being involved in the game. I could see it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a part of it.
Right.
But it makes sense. I can see how that they could reason for that to be a thing. I don't know that would work in really any other sport. Maybe basketball.
Maybe.
But I don't. Yeah. You couldn't have a bunch of football kids in the corner of the field. That would be problems. Softball or baseball, I can't see that working out. With kids calling it fair or foul, balls and strikes, that'd be a mess.
No, it's good. It was good.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was a strike. Come on, Blue. Yeah, I can't see that working out.
All right,
but welcome to the world, man.
Welcome. Hey, man, I feel good though. You know what I'm saying? Emotions run a little high at certain points.
Yeah.
And you sitting there, you can't do. You got to be good. You got to be good. You got to know what you're doing, because these kids are looking to you for emotional cues, and Maddie's over there just mad because she missed a hit, and in my first mind, it's like, come on, get it together. What you doing? But I can't do that. She's looking to me, so I got to look back like, keep it moving. You good? Keep going. You good? Let's get back up. Let's go. You know?
This is something from the group chat. It wasn't our group chat. It was a different group chat, but from the group chat. We in the
group chat anyway. What's happening?
It was about emotional discipline, right? And like you mentioned, your kids are looking to you for examples, right? Whether you know it or not, they're always looking at you for examples. And we can't preach emotional discipline, right? Being under control and controlling emotions if we can't control them ourselves, right? If we're on the outside looking in, watching the game, and we get upset, the person playing the game, they like, oh, I'm supposed to be 10 times madder. Like I'm supposed to tip the chairs over, splash the water in the ref's face. Like, ain't no way. But I think we know that in a lot of ways, but we lose sight of it when we lose control of our emotions. Like, we know our kids are paying attention to what we do, right? Because we know when they were real little, we would say a word that we wasn't supposed to say. And as soon as they heard it, they would say it.
Yeah.
Right. So we know that they're paying attention to everything that we do, but we sometimes get lost in ourselves and forget, like, oh, shoot, like that was probably the moment where I probably should have been a little bit more composed. Right. And I could have gave her my composure in that moment. She looked at me and be like, oh, man, he's cool as the other side of the pillow. Maybe I should be that way.
Let me chill. For sure, man. So we need some congratulations in order, man. What you got going on?
Oh, man.
Because I know you got a million things happening, sir. So,
what is the newest thing? You know what? And I might lean into you on this one. So I'm in the clothing brand thing again. I had what I think is a really good idea. I really, really enjoyed the idea. Started to mock some stuff up, but I don't really like what I got back. So I'm still in the early stages of it. But the brand is called Rooted.
Okay. It's about slavery.
Yeah. Them slaves, man. Get back to your roots. No, but the brand itself, and it may just be an offshoot of Father Hoodies, right? But the brand or the series or what, I don't know what you would call it, is Rooted. And the signature piece is roots. Like, all right, so I'm from the Bay Area, right? So Oakland's logo is an oak tree.
Okay.
Right. So it's an oak tree, but it's in like kind of like lines, right? So it looks like oak tree, but it doesn't look like oak trees. What I did is I took that idea because we're always talking about growth, right? And growing and becoming more, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I think before we can grow, we got to be rooted. We got to be planted, right? And so the signature line of that brand is called it's grow down, right? So we got to grow down so we can grow up, right? Like our focus has got to be like our foundation first. And I think a lot of times when we talk about personal development, or you listen to social media or podcast or motivational speakers, there's a lot of talk about growth and what you need to do in the future. But ultimately, none of that matters if you don't have a solid foundation, right? Like we can paint the house any color we want, but if we don't get the foundation settled, then it's going to just fall away, right? It's a house on sand. So the idea is to kind of promote that, right? And push that idea or that knowledge that, your roots and getting rooted is where it starts before you kind of can do more, right?
Okay.
So that's my thing right now that I'm working on, putting together some stuff, got a little social media kind of like working on. Like I said, I had a couple of mock-ups. Looked good on the computer. I got the hoodie. It was not very good. So I gotta go back into the lab and find somebody that can do it well. It's gonna cost a little bit more. I was trying to be cost effective, right? Like that's also the thing is, unless you get a whole bunch of pieces, they charge you more, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So trying to navigate that part, right? Because I'm not like I don't have a clothing line. That's not my thing. But I do have some things that I like. I like that, right? That's just some merch to kind of put out there. So that's the thing I'm working on most currently, amongst other things. But that's the thing I'm focused on right now.
All right. Congratulations, brother.
Yeah,
you should have been done hit me up about this too, man.
It was an idea for a long time, and then just last week I started putting it together, and then sent the image to get it mocked up. I got it back. What's today? Whatever. I got it back early this week, and I actually wore it yesterday, but I didn't. The way the logo came out, it just wasn't good. So get back in the lab and try to figure out how to make it better. Because I want to put it out and have it be quality. I don't want it to be a situation where I'm like, building a plane as we're taking off, right? I'd rather it be a quality, at least that part of it, right? The actual merchandise be quality, and then we can build all the other stuff around it.
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah.
Trying, man. What about you? What you got going on?
Nothing, man.
Liar.
Loser, bro. Nah.
Lying. Lucius lying over there.
I had to get this surgery done. You know what I'm saying? Black man, go to the doctor.
Yeah, man.
Men in general, y'all need to go to the doctor, but brothers.
You paying for it?
Yeah.
You might as well go. What's
So,
that surgery for?
I had a cyst on the back of my head for like, probably like 2 years. I mean, it wasn't bothering me. It wasn't really no issue. I got a little nervous when we went to Thailand. So I get I think it was my second massage ever in Thailand. And this lady's asking me about my leg. She was like, how long has your leg felt this way? I'm like, wow, I don't know, like a week or two. She's, no, you lie. At least 2 months. I was like, all right, yeah, like maybe 2 or 3 months. Dang, lady. And then she's getting a massage and she was like feeling the back of my head and she felt like the cyst and she's like, what is this? I don't like this. This is not good. I don't like this. And I was like, dang, man, you got me way out here. Now I'm nervous and thinking like, what's going on?
You didn't know she was a doctor.
Right? Listen. So got back, was going to get it done. But then, I let it go like we do. You know what I'm saying? And we'll probably get back into our main topic when we're talking about putting ourselves last sometimes. But, so I let it go, didn't really think about it much. A lot of stuff was going on. There was some passing in the family, yada, yada, yada. So once I finally got it together to get it checked out, it ended up being like a year and some change later, like sometime in 2024, late 2024. Go to the doctor. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh, but your blood pressure's a little crazy. I'm like, I feel great. I'm strong, man. I'm out here. I'm a tree trunk, man. What are you talking about?
Tree trunk.
I ain't got no problems. They're like, yeah, it's a silent killer.
That's what they say. Yeah.
I'm like, dang.
That's what they say.
So my doctor was like, yeah, you need to get that in. Well, actually, it wasn't my doctor. It was the surgeon. So they were like, you need to get that in the order first, and then we can deal with that. Because all kind of things can happen, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, all right. So went to the doctor. Doctor told me the same thing. Okay, we got to do this, do that. Started cutting down the processed foods, cutting down extra salt. And, I like to season, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you ain't seasoned, what is it? If you ain't seasoned, you ain't sneezing? Whatever, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoned. So calm that down a little bit. They got me on some meds.
Yeah, you was a wild boy now that I think about it. Remember you had made that salted, was it pork belly? There was like a salt crust around it.
Fire.
Like the pork belly already salty, but he crusted it in salt.
Listen, man.
Yeah, I mean.
The salt, you brush it off. The salt is just to dry it out, brother.
Yeah, okay.
You brush it off.
It was good. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, there's got to be some salt content left over, right?
Maybe. Let's not worry about that, man. Pork is good for you. I don't care what they say.
Yeah, so right? No pork on my fork, right?
So I got a little medication. Medication was crazy. Shout out to everybody on blood pressure medicine and having to figure it out. Once we figured that out, because I was thinking I'm dying, using the blood pressure medication, had my heart doing all kind of like backflips. Then I had to like wear a heart monitor for a week and go ahead and get my, what's it called? EKG, making sure my heart was straight. They're like, oh, Mr. Ty, your heart's fine. It's just the medication. So I had to fix that up, finish that, get that right. Got it right. Blood pressure, boom, normal. We back, baby. 120s. We out here every day. So then I finally went back, like, hey, my blood pressure's this. They check it. They're like, your blood pressure's still high. I'm like, what you talking about? My blood pressure's normal. When I take it at home, perfect. I find out I got a thing called white coat syndrome. White coat syndrome means basically when you get into the doctor's office, you so nervous that your blood pressure just shoots up.
Yeah. I had a white sheet syndrome. I never liked white sheets.
Oh, so yeah, you from?
Yeah. Never.
All right. Yeah,
there was
KKK. That's
complete. Yeah, it's complete side track. In the Bay Area in the 80s, early 90s, there was like a heavy like presence of the Klan and skinheads and like I don't really know why. Yeah, I don't really know why. I don't know where it came. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. But
we know where it came from.
Dang, it's a movie though. It's a movie that dang, it's like Too Short is in it.
Oh yeah,
it's about like that. It's about that
My
era.
Man had the
sword.
sword.
Yeah, it's about that era. But like the whole skinhead thing, like I watched it on the plane a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh man, dang, I forgot that was like a real thing. Like it was like a real, like people talked about it, and it was a known thing, and I forgot all about it. But anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. White coat,
white sheets, white. Okay. So, whatever. Got that under control. Had to have a cardiologist. He like, nah, you good, man. Just take the Calm app and relax and go ahead, send us our payment. Thank
you. Yeah.
Relax, use that, yada, yada, yada. But I will make sure and let them know exactly what's going on with you and why it happened, so you'll be fine. So boom, worked all that out. Was able to get more calm, relaxed. Still my blood pressure was like 135, 140, but that's high, but that's considered normal. 140 over 90 is like high normal. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be 130 over 80. Anyway, man, get your blood pressure checked, go to the doctor. But finally, went ahead, got everything straight, went in for the surgery, man. They were like, yeah, we're going to knock you out. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Whoop-de-whoop. Sat down, laid down. Lady was just like, all right, we're going to put this over your face. I put like a little breathing thing over my face. So it took like... Wake up, Mr. Todd. You're done. You're done. Like,
got you.
What? What you mean? It felt like I closed my eyes and I opened my eyes up and that was it. So, you know, proud of myself that I finally got that done, taken care of. Now I just got to get that vasectomy next. You know, I'm gonna work my way there. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get that done. All my homies, they don't got no balls no more. So I guess I might as well just not have balls either.
Yeah, man. Just the meat, no veg. You know what I mean? We're just out here baseball bat, no balls. You know what I mean? But it's cool. Because we shooting up the club, no problems, no issues, no worries.
I need that life.
But anyway, yeah. So that's dope though. Like I'm glad you went ahead and did that. I got a couple cysts I got to get taken out too. As you say that, it reminded me that I need to go get them taken care of. But like you said, if it don't really bother me, I'm like, I don't feel like going in and getting surgery.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not bad, right? Like there's the after effect of it, but it's not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. Yeah. Until they give me pain, that's usually how I handle it. And unless I start getting headaches or I start like having pain, then I really don't. I'll just leave them. Or they get too big, and I'm like, all right, I look like
get this up out of here.
Yeah, now I look like Quasimodo. Let me go ahead and get this taken care of. But like I got this is just a scar. It just looks like a cyst. Well, y'all can't see it, but whatever. But yeah, man, I'm glad you went and got it taken care of. So now the next one, you already know, like, just go ahead and get knocked out. No issues, no worries.
Issue, man. Did they knock you out for the vasectomy? Okay, yeah. See, I didn't think so. Not for the vasectomy.
No, they don't knock me out for cysts either. They just do a little local injection and just talk. They be talking and playing music and hanging out. Like it's like be on the block. Weird. It's weird. But I've been doing it since I was in like the 8th grade. So it ain't no big deal now.
Okay.
But that, like you kind of mentioned, that kind of brings us to, unless you got something you want to jump in.
No, let's get into it.
Kind of brings us to something that I think is really important for us to cover, which is, it kind of comes from the group chat a little bit, right? But it's just been kind of a trending thing that I think maybe because I'm in the space I've seen, maybe just because I'm a man, I've seen, but there's been a lot of media outlets, podcasts mostly, kind of talking about this whole idea of what is happiness for a man. And since we got you guys here and this is Grown Man Game, I figure we should share on the topic, right? So the first time I saw it was on Kirk Franklin's podcast. I can't think of what the name of it is, but he literally asked the question, like, what is happiness for you? Like, what does happiness mean to you? And Jay Barnett kind of gave answered, but not answered. You know what I mean? Like he answered the question, but it wasn't like he came out and said, well, happiness is X, Y, and Z. Right.
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't think really any of us can put a pin on it, on exactly what happiness is. And maybe you can. I don't want to speak for you or speak for anybody, but I think it's hard for me to be like, happiness is this, right? And so what he kind of alluded to is that happiness is different for everybody, right? Like what you consider to be happy is kind of similar to success, right? Like what do you consider to be success?
Right.
It's going to vary from person to person. But I think the one thing that he said that was kind of like uniform or kind of all the way through is that men aren't necessarily concerned with their own happiness. The one thing they want for themselves is peace. And I was like, man, I guess so. Right. Like, I don't know that I I have a lot of times of joy and happiness, right? Like I'm living a great life right now. I got no complaints.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I complained, they said like put your complaints in a pile and watch how fast somebody runs and go get them, and trade your complaints in for somebody else's problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I try not to complain, and I try to live my life, with some joy. but I think overall, I think I am on a quest for peace. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like peace is probably more important to me than to be quote unquote happy. And that got me thinking, like, is that okay? Like, is that because my life, I am hoping to, or working to, or trying to create an environment of happiness for my daughters. I want my wife to be happy, and not on some happy wife, happy life, but just like I care genuinely about her. So I want her to be happy. And so what are the things that I've seen her experience that make her happy? I want to try to provide those things. The same thing for my daughters. I want to try to provide opportunities for them to be happy. I'm not really ever like, what can I do to be happy today? Like, I can't even remember the last time I thought about like just doing something just for my own personal happiness. You know what I mean? Like I probably do, but like consciously. You know what I mean? Like as I'm consciously thinking about things for them, I don't know, I'm consciously thinking about things for myself.
Yeah, that's a deep question, man.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I know for sure I have a pursuit of happiness. Shout out to Will Smith. For myself. And combined in that, happiness does include my wife and my daughter, even friends, you know what I'm saying? Family. But it does zero in on myself. And I think that's something that's men that we don't do enough. And we aren't taught to do that. We're taught to, provide, protect, and just be there. But I can't provide and protect for you if I'm not fully who I need to be. I gotta find value in myself.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So happiness. What is happiness for me? Oof. Yeah, that's deep. But I would say happiness is free of the need to be happy, brother. That is happiness.
Well, that's funny. Funny you say that, right? So one of the other people that I saw talk about, and I'll let you get back to it. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you good.
There's a monk and they asked him, like, being a monk and being in tune with your spiritual and all this stuff, right? They asked him a similar question, like, what is happiness? Or like, he's like, you don't seek happiness. Like happiness is not something you find. It's not something you create. You don't chase happiness. He again said, you work for peace, right? Like there's a constant internal turmoil, and through their meditation practices, through all the things that they do, they're able to find a space where none of it matters, and their being is at peace, and that is happiness. Right? But they don't label it happiness, but like that's what it is, because there isn't a worry about the future. There isn't anything from the past. Like it's being present in the moment, right? And in that moment, you're full of peace. Like there's no angst, there's no emotion that's tied to time. You're just in the moment. And it's interesting that like that was his perspective too.
Yeah. I'm kind of deep out here. You know what I'm saying? You call me Big Mike the Monk in certain circles. You know what I'm saying? Listen up is what I'm trying to tell you. This is a free game. I mean, yeah, but to an extent, I was joking, but to an extent, it is, yeah. Because think about it. I know as I continue, me and my wife and our family, friends, we continue to move up. We've just been moving up. So the things that, that we had to do to survive, we no longer have to do anymore. The things that we used to have to worry for survival, we no longer have to worry about those things anymore. So now the new quote unquote worries are more along the lines of, I don't know, like, okay, what do I need to do to get my grass to grow better? Oh man, I'm gonna have to go this weekend and go, be all weekend watching the volleyball game, watching the softball game. Like, okay, these are my worries now. These are my problems. These are my issues. Oh man, I made it.
Yeah, there is that. I definitely feel that.
You know what I mean? So happiness is no longer having to worry about crazy things in your life, being able to worry about light work.
Yeah.
Easy stuff. Being able to lay down at night and sleep. Because you look at some of these, big stars and super rich people, and some of them, they can't lay down and sleep. Some of them, you got Heath Ledger, Kurt Cobain, famous people that, died by suicide, and they were rich and famous.
Yeah. With all intents and purposes, people would consider them to be happy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or Robin Williams, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
If you were to see Robin Williams and like how he acts and how he is, and I mean, obviously we don't know behind the curtain, right? But just to see him as a person, this big personality, he's laughing, he's joking, he's funny, he's charismatic, but he was suffering and nobody knows, right? Like we would just assume that he's one of the happiest people in the world, but that's not the case. So yeah, I have those little epiphanies all the time, and I just had one the other day. So where I live, there's the sheriff's gun range is like, I don't know, maybe a quarter mile from here. It may not even be that. It's like literally right on the other side of this development. And so there's always like, they'll do training drills, so it'll be helicopters, or they'll, it's a gun range, right? So the shots are ringing off, and it's not like pistols. This is like a real gun range. So every once in a while, it's like a war, right? It'll be like a bomb go off or something like that. and like, again, so I grew up in a neighborhood where, the ghetto bird would be over the house at night trying to find somebody, or if they were shooting, like right now, I hear gunshots and I'm like, it's the gun range.
Yeah.
I don't even think about it. I'm not getting behind no cars.
Right.
I'm not like hiding in the hallway. I don't even think twice about it. And then the other day, I guess they were doing some kind of drill, and I was outside, and it was like, pow! I was like, rolled the garbage can out. It wasn't even a second thought. And when I came back in the house, I was like, one, I don't know if that's safe for me to be just that desensitized to it. But two, like, man, we made it. I'm in a neighborhood where gunfire is happening, and I have no concern for my safety. One, because I know where it's coming from, but then two, just because like we've gotten to a point where we're so far away from that being the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, man, we made it.
We made it.
And that what I would say in that moment, that was peace, that was joy, that was happiness. I felt like, what would I say, elated. You know what I mean? Like just, I don't even know what I was thinking about just now. Like I was mad. I had to push the trash can in. The car was too close, so I had to like shimmy past the car to get it in the back. I was kind of mad about it, and it was like, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, man. I got another aspect of happiness, right?
Let's do it.
For us as men. And I kind of feel like we don't allow ourselves to enjoy happy moments or happy things, right? The first thing we do when we see each other or whatnot, it's like, hey, what's up, black man? Oh, well, what's up, Rod? How you doing, brother? Good, man. Hey, man, you looking good, man. Nah, man. Stop that, bro. Stop that. And I think we talked about it on the podcast before, but I'm in a place where I'm like, yeah, let me get that.
Yeah.
You say I'm looking good. Thank you, man. Yeah, I've been working out and I don't eat a lot of bread, and I got the, my health together more, and I'm doing push-ups and yada, yada, yada. Man, I'm feeling good, man. Thank you, man. Whoa. Allow that. Allow yourself to have that moment. So it doesn't have to always be, oh no, I don't need nothing to be happy. I really don't need to be happy. What is happiness? My children are fed, yada. They got a house. that's good enough for me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm trying to feel happy in this life.
Yeah. That was that. You know what's funny though? That's one of my favorite. That's a cultural thing, right? Like I don't know other cultures that do that, but that's one of my favorite Black cultural things, right? Is that Black man humble off, right? Like, man, like you, especially if you get caught with an old dude, they got a little swagger to him. What's going on, young blood? Like, you know what I mean? And he'll hit you with like, man, if you had my hands, you cut them off like that.
If I had your hand, I cut mine off, man.
Like just that kind of like, just trying to get like you, it's the everyday struggle. Like just little stuff. We're just going back and forth. I enjoy that, but I definitely understand what you're saying because we don't allow ourselves to receive flowers, right? And then I don't know if I'll say we complain, but we mention that men never get their flowers, right? We don't get to get our flowers when we can smell them. However, every time we talk to someone, most situations, right? More often than not, when we're interacting with each other, we are giving each other flowers, right?
For sure. Yeah.
But it's like, no, these your flowers. Like we just keep passing them back and forth until somebody gets tired and then nobody has flowers, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I think there has to be, even if it's like, okay, let's have that interaction, but let's internalize what's being said.
For sure.
Right. Let's like really feel that, like, oh man, you looking sharp. Oh man,
just a little sign.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to get like you though. I see you with the, you know what I mean? Like, and just really feel that moment, right? And not let it be superficial or just like a reaction, right? Because sometimes I think it's just a reaction, right? Like people ask you how you doing, and you be like, oh, I'm good. Not really, no. No, I'm straight. Yeah, no. Everything copacetic, but like your life is in shambles. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of a reaction that we've gotten used to. And I think, not everybody is up for the conversation if you are at, you ask me how I'm doing. Me and you could have that talk, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But, Joe Blow, or the mailman come by, I don't really want to talk to him. I will.
Right.
And that already be getting on me all the time because if I'm home and somebody comes to knock on the door, like a little salesman or whatever, I'll hear him out. What you got, man? All right, cool. Let's talk about how it's hot out here. You want some water? Okay, cool. I'll get you some water. You're going to have to get to the bottom line, though. Like, I understand it's a numbers game, right? Because I was in sales, so I know you got to hit a certain number of doors. So I'm going to give you your door, get your pitch off. Don't waste the time, though, because I need to hit me with the bottom line. What is it? No, I'm not interested. But, have a great day. I'll see you later. But like she'd be like, why are you always talking to them? It's like, because everybody else slammed the door in their face or didn't answer. Like the last 5 houses, nobody answered. I'm the one person that might be enough for them, right? Because I don't know what their day is like, right? So when I say I'm not going to have a full conversation with the mailman about what's going on in his life and why he can't get it right or why his wife cheated on him and none of that stuff, right? Because that's not my business and that's not that conversation. But I will have an interaction with him because I don't know what his day has been like. Right. Like that person that's coming by selling solar, that's a tough gig. You've been at 22 doors, 21 no answers. Finally, you get somebody to answer. Like that might be the difference between them quitting their job that day and not having a job tomorrow.
Yeah, true that.
Or spazzing out on somebody. Like the next person they see that actually tell them no. Like, mother. I've been out here since 6 a.m. But I think that's something that you have to kind of force yourself to do. When I say like you have to like internalize that, because it's not natural. It's not a natural thing for men. I don't want to say it's not natural. We haven't been conditioned or taught, right, to accept that. We are conditioned to be stoic and to not show emotions, not to show happiness because happy is perceived as weak. Joy, like, why are you always smiling? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just all smiles all the time.
Man, what's up with you, man?
What you so happy for?
Smiling?
That's one of the craziest things I've heard is why are you so happy?
Yeah.
Dang, dog, who got you smiling like that? Like the sun, I'm outside.
Yeah, I'm feeling good out here, man. Life is cool.
But that's common, and that's the common thing. And so I think if I could impart some game here is to embrace that moment, right? When it comes, seek out those moments and live in them. Like give them legs. Like enjoy joy. Right? It doesn't have to be fleeting. It doesn't have to be something where you're like, I'm moving on to the next thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of allow yourself to be in that space. And then once you do that, I guess, because I don't do it all the time. I'm just going to say, I guess, it becomes easier.
Yeah.
Right? And you can you're kind of always in this kind of perpetual state of happiness because you're able to find it easier.
And that's what I was going to kind of add to that also, where it's just a trip where, because I decided to be in this state where I can receive, you know what I'm saying, my flowers, quote unquote, or whatnot, and, you know, internalize them and get some happiness from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's opened me up to being able to step in. And like you were saying, like the person that just comes to your door and you're just talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be at work sometimes. I might be riding by and I see, you know, somebody like with their head down, like a grown man, something I would have never done in a million years. And I'd be like, hey, my man, you okay? Everything okay? Oh, man, I'm just tired, man. I'm 11 hours into a 12-hour shift, but I'm almost done. I'm like, all right, well, cool. Hey, keep your head up. Keep going. You almost there, bro. And the weekend's right around the corner. We chill time, Miller time, whatever time you need. Man, you know, yeah, man. Woo. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, you never know that little word, what that means to people. And it was
right. And
it just felt a lot more natural now. Because a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have been like, man, I don't know. He fine. He be all right.
Yeah.
But, you know, now it's like, hey, he all right? What's going on with you?
Yeah. It's funny. I did it jokingly, but I kind of did that to you about the surgery, right? In our group chat, I sent a little Cameron meme, like, you know, you get surgery every day, B. You'll be all right.
Right.
Jokingly, right? Like, but underneath that, and this is something that I think we have to kind of talk about too, or maybe just touch on, not talk about, because it's another conversation for a longer podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we veil our emotions, right? Because we aren't able to be fully, as men in society, in this society, we aren't able to expand in and feel a full wheel of emotions. And there's like 100 of them.
Yeah.
We only know a few. And so we're only allowed to kind of exist in a few. And some of those are perceived as weak, right? Like if I'm fearful or afraid, that's considered weak, right? People would much prefer courage than weakness, or fear. And so we may joke to cover up our fears, or we may, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know the full extent of what was going to happen. So I'm like, you know, it'll be all right.
You're going to be cool. Come on, man.
He's tired every day, B. He gets shot every day. You know? And that was like, and then I text you separately, like, you know.
Yeah. Appreciate that
hey,
too.
Man,
thank you.
Yeah, I was just fucking around, but
man, come on, man.
You're gonna be all right, right?
Yeah. Nah, come on, man.
You know,
I speak the language well,
but that's like the normal reaction is to like kind of stay on the outskirts of it and like maybe dip your toe in the water, and maybe if they say something, then you can go in. But we don't allow ourselves, because we've been conditioned out of it, to be a part of the emotional, not roller coaster, but emotional wheel.
Yeah.
Right. And that's something that probably in another episode somewhere down the line we talk about emotional intelligence and emotional discipline.
Yeah,
and
that'd be good.
You know, how we navigate those things, because I think that's something that is extremely important, especially for the younger brothers that are listening to the podcast. I mean, I think that is something that comes with age. I think it's come with generation, right? We're a different generation now than our father's generation, and definitely than their fathers.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have a level of emotional intelligence that's maybe not yet where it should be, but much better than the generation before us. And so it's something that we got to do a better job of.
For sure. Yeah. And I want to, well, you know, depending on how you feel, I was going to say we can end on this. When you're talking about emotions, it makes perfect sense, because I'm thinking about, okay, if you ask a man, you know, what makes you happy, it's going to be difficult for that man to figure it out. And, you know, based upon how we are presented in the world and how we've been conditioned, right? Same thing. You can ask a man, what makes you sad?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get the same answer where it's just like, I don't know, I'm not really sad. I'm not really, this, that. And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those emotions that we're just haven't been taught to be in tune with, or we're just now starting to really understand it and just make an effort to try and make it work. Because like you said, the next generation has to see us at least make that effort. I have a quote in my forthcoming book, One-Line Life Lessons. You know what I'm saying? Man. And I'm trying to remember it. But basically, what I said was that, as adults, our job is to at least give the next generation the directions to the land of milk and honey. We got to at least lay the groundwork so they got the directions to get to the land of milk and honey. Because even if we can't show you, because we're not, doing what we got to do, or we're not there yet, okay, let me at least do enough so you have the directions so that you can put the work in and you can get there. Somebody from our bloodline got to get to the land of milk and honey. But yeah, man, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I wish the book would come out. Y'all can, at Mike and tag him and send him emails and messages and get on his head about it. I want to kind of just offer what you said, and then we should probably close this one out. I think men are amazing compensators. And I would almost say super compensators, right? And if you can kind of confused on what that means, and what I'm saying is like, okay, you roll your ankle, right? You hooping, you roll your right ankle. Your immediate response is to take the weight off the right foot and you put everything on the left, right? When we talk about emotions and our ability to define or expand or live within them, we don't like emotions that make us uncomfortable. So sadness and fear, right? When we face sadness and fear, we react with anger because it's an acceptable emotion.
Yep.
If you make me afraid, then I react with anger because that'll make you stop. Something makes me sad, I get pissed off and I do something to get away from the sadness, right? Yeah. I compensate, right? If you hit me with this one, I'm gonna go lean into that one, right? Where I think also becomes a problem with explaining happiness, because we believe that happiness is the opposite of sadness, or it is the opposite of fear, right? And so we only find happiness in things that aren't sad or aren't things that make us afraid, right? So we can't define it because it isn't a thing. It is the opposite of something else.
Okay,
right. So like, what makes me happy? I don't know. If my kids can eat, that's not making you happy. What it is, though, is stopping that fear of I can't provide for my family, right? It's answering that question. Just, can I provide for my family? Yeah, they eat and they got they got clothes and they got a roof over their head. Yeah. That's the thing y'all should say, right? Roof over their head, food in their belly, clothes in their back. Like, yeah, okay. But ultimately what that is a fear of failure, right? And it's not happiness. And it's not success either. It's just the opposite of failing. Right. And I think we have to kind of get a better understanding of what happiness means for us. The only way to do that is to understand ourselves better. Right. Is to just do the dirty work. Right. You have to roll up your sleeves, get your hands dirty and figure out who you are and what it is that you want, because that helps you define what happiness is. And I'll leave it at that. Whew.
Yeah, bro. I think that's a good place, man.
Yeah.
Y'all, catch us on the next episode. Where can they find us at, Mr. Rod?
So you can find us. You can find us pretty much everywhere. Anywhere that podcasts are played.
You can find me.
To, right? Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what is it? Castbox. All the things, right?
Dogs.
Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. If you want to reach out to us, it's the Grown Man Game at Gmail, Grown Man Game Podcast at gmail.com.
There you go.
You can find us on Instagram as well. It's the same name. I sincerely hope that each one of these episodes, segments, conversations, one-liners, whatever they may be, spark something. They may not be the change, but my hope is they're at least a spark to help you change whatever it is you're looking for. And that was extra. He didn't ask me that. I'm sorry, guys.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
this has been another episode of the Grown Man Game Podcast. I am your host, Rod, and this is my co-host.
No,
the other host.
I'm a grown man out here. My name is Mike. Some call me Big Mike, and I am the co-host, other host, first host.
The host.
Host. And I enjoy Hostess Twinkies, but not no more.
Yeah, you gotta watch his stuff.
Turn 40.
Hypertension and high blood pressure.
Blood pressure, blood sugar. You know what I'm saying? Go to the doctor, y'all.
Yeah, that's something we talked around, but that's something that's super important. Like I said, you go, you got a job, you got insurance, you paying for it, you might as well go, right? Go get your money's worth. Make sure they check you out. Because the worst case scenario is you find out something too late.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right, man, I don't want to get all dark.
You know what I'm saying? Sad note, nah. Find your happiness. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to have joy and enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah.
If you're a nerd, be a nerd. You know what I'm saying? If you're crazy, be crazy. But not crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not like postal crazy.
Yeah, come on. Don't
be postal crazy. If you want to be postal crazy, remember, you come by, knock on the door. We'll talk it through. Hopefully that sparks something for you.
Hopefully it won't. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Grown Man Game.
Later.
Grown Man Game. GMG. What up, Rod?